happy ending. Unexpected plot twist, we always save me. We're the good part, we never fake it.
We live, baby.
We always say it.
We live,
Yes, sir.
baby.
What's good? What's good? CEO grooving.
I'm telling you, that thing hitting, boy. That thing hitting. Good morning, good morning. I just want to say, fellas, it's great to be back. It's great to be back.
Great to be back.
It's great to be back. Let's sit here for a little bit and let's serenade into these tunes Coach A putting in our ears right now. Let some of y'all pile in a little bit.
No way.
Get to it.
We don't need no water under the bridge. We're the good part.
They held it down last week.
Yeah, man. Shout out to, I forgot what Jody's name was last week, but shout out to Jody and Nick and Nate for holding it down, doing their thing.
Probably
Saturday.
something referring to taking them down. You can put your Christmas stuff up now.
Yeah. We all got our Christmas stuff up there.
Yeah, we need to get a Christmas banner.
Yeah, we do need to get a Christmas banner.
And they need to come down on the 26th of December.
The 26th, that's soon, huh?
The 26th of December.
Hey, bro.
That's a wrap.
What's
Hey,
the
bro.
earliest it can go up?
December 1st. You know what? No. I'm a lenient brother.
It changed it.
It can go up Black Friday.
See?
Black Friday.
Good morning, Real. Good morning. Good morning. We just serenading y'all with a little bit of tunes here. And we're gonna jump right into it. There go Nick.
What's happening?
Good morning. We just serenading them a
Back in
little
the
bit.
building. Yeah.
Oh, Coach DJ.
Yeah, Coach DJing a little bit.
Hey, I got a wedding to do today.
Okay.
Oh, he practicing. That's what he's doing.
The wedding's gonna be a little bit different, but yeah.
I know. It's gonna be way different than a podcast.
Wait,
Yeah,
you DJ in the wedding?
Yeah.
No. Why we wasn't
That's
invited?
what's up. Oh, here you go. Jody, why you always creating mess?
Yeah, it's not my wedding.
I'm about to say, yeah.
It ain't got nothing to do with him. He just was
I just want
asking to be the
some cake.
DJ.
I'm just trying to show up and get a piece of cake and a plate.
Oh, you want some cake? You could go to Publix and get some cake.
Why don't you just ask him that then? They're trying to ruin somebody's whole wedding.
I'm
Who is this guy?
He lightweight. I'm with him, man. I love going to weddings, especially when I'm invited, man. You get free food and dessert, man. I love it. So, but this one I'm working.
Make sure they feed you at that wedding now.
I guess. Well, listen. Let's go ahead and hit to the intro. When we come back, we will get into Coach A's news segment. This is family.
Yeah, we're talking about the boys in blue.
Then we talking about the boys in blue.
Y'all seem
We're
kind of
talking about-
excited to be talking about the boys in blue.
I want to know what Hendrix think. That's what I'm
I really
excited.
want to know what Hendrix thinks.
You already know what
So
Hendrix
we're
said. Read the look at
we
this
gonna
thing.
get to it. We're gonna get to it. We'll be right back.
Tell them I ain't mad, babe. You know I ain't mad if you love it. Can't nobody ever take this moment from me. So nigga, while I got it, the fuck it, it's all good. It's all good. Straight up, it's all
Jimmy, do you
good.
not know that dumping the ball off to your big man gets him and motivates him?
Tell them I ain't mad, babe. No. You know I ain't mad if you love it. Can't nobody ever take this moment from me.
I don't want no smoke over there. I heard somebody out in traffic. I don't want no problem with that.
For real. I'm like, no part
I don't
of
want
that.
no problem with that.
Hey, Joe, I have to tell you, that's, I said my bad, but that was a bad suit that you had on that picture.
Hey, but that boy was clean in that suit. Wasn't
Hey,
he?
you know what I'm saying? I do a little something. You know, every
casket shot.
Hey, I like how y'all just interrupted the news time intro.
Hey,
my bad,
Coach,
Coach.
hit it again.
Hit it again. We'll be quiet.
I can't. It's an already went by. Anyhow, before we were so rudely interrupted, hope everybody is having a wonderful morning today. Because you know what time it is. It's time. It's news with Coach A. So if you are standing up, sit your butt down. I got some stuff for you today. So listen, we all know how it is with when black girls working, right? Sometimes they get a bad rap. And it seems like it's happening again with Miss Kamala Harrison representing the black women. It says staffers are leaving the White House in part because they fear being labeled a Harris person. A new report revealed that the departing staffers for Vice President Harris are leaving their White House post in part due to concerns of being forever labeled a Harris person. A growing list of Harris staffers are heading out the door amidst internal chaos and disastrous poll numbers. The concern of being labeled a Harris person, as well as burnt out and desire for greener pastures, are driving the exodus from the vice president's office resources familiar with the chaos in the VP's office. I think that's just bad. She's getting a bad rep already. It's only been 1 year, and she already getting a bad rap.
She always had a bad rap.
Exactly.
Maybe she shouldn't be a bad vice president.
You can't be judged. You shouldn't be judged by the first year. At least, wait till 2-3 more years go by and then give her a full judgment. But you know how it is. People are already complaining. But I will tell you, it's going to be bad. It'll look bad on women in general when it comes to women in politics if they don't tighten up for sure. So it's a trust issue.
Yeah.
So with that being said, the next news segment I have, we was just talking about, raising our kids, molding them at a young age.
Yeah,
so listen to this: a 13-year-old boy who had been selling homemade guns was robbed when selling to a 19-year-old man and an unidentified person. When the robber snatched the gun, the boy fired his gun at the robber, but hit his own 14-year-old sister in the chest, killing her accidentally. Sad case.
Wow.
So just think about that. Like, I don't get it. Like, how you have a 14-year-old kid selling gun? Where's the parents at?
For real, how is he making guns in the house?
Yeah. It's crazy.
That don't make no sense to me. That is.
How do you even make a gun? I don't even know how you make a homemade gun.
Where you get the parts from?
That's what I'm saying. Like, what you let a 15-year-old walk into some type of store and y'all see he's buying his materials?
Man, all I think right now is Jody about to contact this little boy about making his own gun.
Oh no, I don't want nothing he making. I need some quiet. I need
I'm pretty sure with all the research you do, you'll finally get there eventually.
Man,
he probably in jail now.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna go to jail. I think it's gonna be some type of accidental issue. It's just a sad, man. That's why you really have
somebody lose their life, man.
That's
still sad.
Sad. But on the good note, I don't know where you guys been. If you haven't heard already, maybe you've been under a rock or whatnot. But while y'all was eating turkey and celebrating on Thanksgiving, a king was born.
Yes, sir.
Finally.
Yes,
Elijah
sir.
Adrian Mays was born Thanksgiving Day.
Yes, sir.
God's favorite baby.
God's favorite baby. God's favorite baby.
So relieved, man, because just that whole, is it time yet? Nope. Is it time yet? You can't really go nowhere. We can't travel. We can't do a lot of stuff. So that portion of our lives is over with, and we are just overjoyed, man. Thank all you guys.
Congratulations, Coach.
And congratulations again. Yes, thank you guys.
Congratulations, man.
That's it for the news segment. What's up, fellas?
Fellas. Uncle
We gonna-
Pudge, you came in kind of late. How you doing, brother?
In pain, man. In pain.
In pain, man. You could have took the day off. We could have
No, man. No, man. I'm a soldier, man.
My man,
Gotta soldier through it.
my man, he finna thug it through today, man.
Thug it
But
through.
fellas,
Before we get into it, we're gonna ask y'all to like and like and share.
yeah, I was gonna say that. Dick. Yeah.
Oh,
We
my
should do
bad.
that too.
My bad. Don't shoot me.
No, you good. I ain't gonna shoot you. I don't want to kill my brother. But yeah, man. If anybody that's watching, if y'all please like and share, and get the sharing on y'all pages and getting us out there a little bit. Y'all let y'all friends on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube know that y'all come and y'all watch these fellas cut up on certain topics. Y'all come and watch us on the wholesome show of
Pull them up
family
to the barbecue.
Pull them up to the barbecue. You know what I'm saying? We also want y'all to pull up the Real Talk Tuesdays with Jody and Uncle Pudge, and we want y'all to pull up the Impact on Fridays with Coach A, and also on Sundays with the Parkson Podcast. So y'all just like and share. Let's make our family bigger. We just don't want to just be us up here. You know what I'm saying? Let's make our family bigger, man.
And we want some of y'all on here too, so don't be shy.
Man. Yeah, man. I'm going ahead and start naming you out. Like Rico, we want you here, Rico. Ali, we want you here, Ali. We can't say nothing about Rhea here all the time. So just leave Rhea alone. But yeah, man, we want all
throwing
of
some hands.
Yeah,
And we got love for our viewers that are continued supporters, man.
Yes.
That rock with us
That's
day
rocking
in
with
and day out, no matter
We
what day it
appreciate
is.
y'all, man.
Tuesday,
We appreciate y'all so much, man. Y'all rock with us every Saturday, Tuesdays, and Fridays and Sundays, man. So we appreciate that. But let's get to it, fellas. Y'all know what it is today. Y'all know what we talk about today.
What we got, CM?
Man, CM. You
gonna
see
talk
him.
about
Tell him what's up.
We're gonna be talking about them boys in blue, talking about the Popo. Whether you agree with some of their tactics, some of the way they handle things, and just everything we've had going on in the world the last couple years. So I'm gonna hit y'all with a startup question and for our people in the audience and so my brothers up here. So startup question of the day is, how should you react or respond to getting pulled over to make sure everybody gets to go home safe?
That's a good question. That's a real good question. That's a question that us as men. I'm not gonna just say black men, but us as men teach our young men and our young sons on how to react. But I think my best tactic is I answer the questions. You know what I'm saying? Of course I want to know why I'm being pulled over. As all of us know. 9 times out of 10, I know why. No, we know why we being pulled over. But for those that want to act like they don't, you can act like you don't. But just cooperate. You know what I'm saying? Let's cooperate. There's no reason for anybody to be getting hasty. If you know you didn't do nothing wrong other than whatever traffic violation you just violated, it shouldn't lead to anything else other than just cooperating. Y'all can have a civil conversation and just move about your merry way. So that's my thing. Just cooperate. I don't see why a lot of people, when I look at a lot of videos where people don't cooperate. Of course the officers there to do their job. This is what we're paying our taxes and stuff for. Cooperate. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand all the getting hasty because you just got pulled over. Obviously, you got pulled over for a reason. No, I'm not gonna be naive. I know there's cops out there that just pull black people over just to pull black people over. I'm not gonna be naive. But at the end of the day, don't give nobody a reason to do anything. And that's my go-to. Don't give nobody a reason to do anything. I tell my kids all the time, don't give me a reason. You know what I'm saying? Don't give me a reason to walk around here yelling and putting you in time out and jacking you up and taking your PlayStation and Xbox. Don't give me a reason. If you don't give me a reason,
you just gonna leave whooping out of there, huh?
Hey, Nick, they frown upon that these days, so I wasn't gonna say that. They ain't trying to say that. But
man, this family talk. This is the barbecue. We out back right now.
But listen, don't give me a reason, man. So don't give a cop a reason to do anything.
Rico say PS5.
We ain't got a PS5. We still got the 4 around here. We got the Series X, but we ain't got no PS5. But yeah, they get tooken, brother. They get tooken if they give me a reason. So don't give a cop a reason. That's my whole point.
Hey, I got a question. So when you say it gets tooken, what does that look like? Does that mean that he don't get no turn while you playing? You be like, nope, you in trouble.
Coach A, I don't like how you all in my dog business.
Hey, real. Listen, we put our 3-year-old right there in the corner. It do work. I ain't got to always put my hands on them. Now, I do got to put my hands on them, but I ain't got to always put my hands on them.
At that time, I'd be messing with their mind. Whole
They
5
do.
minutes.
They
Oh
do.
man,
They do.
might as well sentence them to the death penalty when they.
Man, when I get to hear my 3-year-old talking about something, Daddy, I'm sorry. It worked. It worked. But yeah, man, back to the conversation. But yeah, don't give a cop a reason, man. Don't give a cop a reason.
Coach A, what you got?
Well, I mean, I agree. I agree with everything that B said. You know, you just got to be cordial, man. A lot of the what we don't see or what people seem to ignore is some of the common factors that people is arguing and just, you know, being irate or just, you know, not listening. I know we are grown and we have a right to do what we want to do, but I mean, you know, they got a tough job as it is. So regardless if you agree or not, you just have to follow instructions. That's what I would do. That's what I do. I try to be as cordial as possible. You know, no matter if I feel like he pulled me over for the right reason or not. You know, I respect. Every time I see law enforcement, I tell you, thank you for your service, because, you know, regardless of how you feel about the job or not, they are there to show up when something goes wrong. If it's a mass shooting at your house or on your block or an accident at your house.
My thing is, Coach, I'm sorry to cut you off.
It's okay.
A lot of people dislike the police, but they be the first people y'all call when something goes wrong.
Yeah,
y'all still call these people. Y'all, how you don't like somebody and y'all call them?
Yeah, I mean, you're supposed to call them, honestly.
I mean, you're right.
You know, I mean, I don't like paying for bills, but I got to.
Yeah. Like, do your job.
Yeah.
There's a burglar in the house. Get in there and get him out.
Jody, what's your thought on your startup question? What is the way you handle your poll?
I think I handle it with straight up answers. You know, like if I'm speeding, I know I was speeding. I ran that stop sign. I know I ran that stop sign. Now, when you walk up to my car and you start asking me random questions, that ain't got nothing to do with. I'm gonna hit them with the nick. That ain't got nothing to do with why you stopped me. That ain't got nothing to do with why you stopped me.
I don't talk to the police like that though.
But my thing is when you come up to me and be like, I've gotten pulled over. I pulled you over. You was doing 52 and a 40. You got license and registration? Yeah. And my license and registration. He said, where you headed? I said, I'm headed home. Why that matter? That was this is a question. I'm like, oh, okay. You know, I gotta go take a shit. So I was rushing home. Because I tell you what, you slow it down for me, you have a good day. All right, cool, bet, no problem, right? And I had another cop pull me over. Where you going? Where you coming from? Why you kill? Like, I just don't feel like them unnecessary questions. Like, why are you asking me these unnecessary questions? It's like, I'm not a child. I'm a grown ass man. I'm out at 2:00 in the morning. What you think I'm out doing 2:00 in the morning? I'm on my way home. I was slash. Mind your business. Like, but I think that
I just feel like you probably haven't ran into that. I mean, I'm glad you haven't, but ran into that right cop that's gonna be like, you know what, I got time for this today. You know what I mean?
Said I got time for this dude today.
Yeah.
Like,
But
I will get off till 8 in the morning.
You know what I mean?
What you want to do?
I actually have had
their business, but sometimes you just gotta answer the questions just so you can move on and get home safe.
Listen,
and that's the point I don't understand. That's the point I don't understand is why do we have to be extra with the questions?
Pride.
If he asks you where you coming from, I'm coming from the store. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to be like, well, why you need to know? I'm coming from the store. He ain't got to know what store you coming from. He ain't got to know if you really came from the store. I'm coming.
You might just make his day when you say, you know what, I just came from this bad girl house. Now I'm heading home.
Exactly. Tell him the truth, man. I just finished clapping some cheeks down there on 13th.
Hey, we want to hear this story right here.
Jody. Okay. So me and Chris was sliding home one day, and yo, we got pulled over, right? And that's when Chris had his BMW, and the cop pulled us over, right? Called for backup, made us get out the car. They handcuffed us, put us on the side of the road, and searched the car, right? To this day, they never told us once what the hell we got pulled over for.
So why you ain't
Not
go?
once.
Why you ain't get you a lawyer?
What was to get a lawyer for? You pulled us over, you searched his car, you ain't find nothing. Like I knew
It
you
sound
wasn't.
like they searched it illegally.
Well, it's Chris' car, so Chris gave him consent. Chris was
Oh,
like, yeah,
okay.
you
I
look
was
for it.
about to say, long as somebody gave him consent, if y'all didn't give him
Chris-
consent, then that's an
Chris
issue.
gave him consent. But
You
I was
left that
just
out.
like, hey, y'all doing a little much, ain't it? I say, what you looking for? I tell you right now, it ain't in there. So, yeah, and they did the most. And to this day, it was just like, why you see two black dudes in a BMW? That's why you pulled us. Thought we might have been drug dealers or something. You can't tell me anything different than that. Like,
It ain't like they got.
why you,
They didn't get no call or nothing.
bro, we was riding out a busy ass street. They literally pulled up and got behind us and followed us for a minute. And I was like, they searching your tag, they checking your tag, but they can't find nothing. Cool. They pulled them over. Is this your car? That's a trick question.
Why'd you let them search your car? Why you give them consent?
Cause he ain't had nothing. He
And that's the point I'm making. If you know you ain't done nothing, why not cooperate? If you want,
Nah, I think at that point, I mean, if there was no like real clear reason to why you pulled me over, I think I'm gonna say no, and then I'm calling somebody ASAP.
But see, that's okay. So obviously, you know, I'm good at playing the devil's advocate.
Yeah.
So to speak. So listen. So they just get a call, right? Somebody kidnapped or robbed or stole something, or they gotta check this car because they just got a call, and maybe the car fit the description, or they whatever reason they brought them to your car, assuming that this because everybody's making assumptions. We always assume the negative. So okay, so assuming that they searching for somebody, right? They gonna tell you two people just robbed the store and we need to search to make sure.
I think what they should, we're gonna get to that. I ain't really yet, but we're gonna get to that. I think what they should do, what they should have done was, in my opinion, call backup, wait till backup gets there. You know, you take two suspects or whatever, two people in the car out of the car. Now you got two cops on scene. One cop can explain what's going on while the other cop is searching.
Yeah, but at the same time, if you telling criminals what's going on, they might be able to get out of it. Or
But that's why I say wait till you get backup, so you have at least backup to restrain whoever's in the car. You know what I mean? So, like I say, had you 2 or 3 cops there, then you get to explain to what's going on.
Then you get why you got all this backup, huh? What's up? What's going on?
I mean, at that point, if that's me and they explain to me what they're looking for and who they're looking for, now I'm okay. But just rolling up, pulling us out the car for no apparent reason, I got a problem.
But what if you are the person they looking for? You think that person is going to be like, oh yeah, that's me?
I mean, eventually, if you looking for me, you gonna catch me, especially if you got me.
Right.
But just wait till backup get there.
But what I'm saying is that they don't know. They have to find out. They got to assess everything. So before they assess everything, you're right. It is common courtesy for them to let you know, hey, the reason this happened is because, you know, we was looking at somebody that fit your description or whatever situation is. But at the same time, yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna cut you off for a second because since we having this conversation, and I'm gonna pull a little audible, right? I'm gonna start one of our subjects since we having this conversation, right? So I'm gonna do subject 3.
Hey,
since we having this.
Don't miss Rhea comment though.
Oh, what's the comment? My bad. Yeah, that is true.
To what Nick said.
The moment you say no, all of a sudden, okay, hold tight. Cut the car off, give me the keys. Now they got 3 cops and a dog, right? And now they just trying to sit there and wait you out because they can't search the inside of your car. Now all of a sudden, here come Roscoe the K9 dog. sniffing all around the outside of your car. And the moment his ear jumps, then all of a sudden now they got probable cause to search your car. For that situation, it's a lose-lose battle. You might as well go ahead and let them search the car. Unfortunately,
What's the lose? Because you lost some time. Is that what the loss is?
No, because you bullshitting me. Like, just say, hey, bro, we think you a violent drug dealer, and we trying to see if you got any drugs in the car. I honestly be more obliged, like, oh, okay, well then search the car then. Since you being real with me.
No, you wouldn't. Then you'd be complaining about that.
I have seen videos. I mean, I seen the video where this cop was playing evidence into people's cars as he was stopping them, and these people was actually going to jail. And they finally caught this cop, and now the cop in jail now. So I mean, all cops aren't bad, but you do got those few that walk the line.
Yeah.
So we got to be careful with because the majority of the cops is walking the line, right?
No, I didn't say majority.
Right, exactly. I was being facetious.
I know.
The majority, there's a lot of car accidents, but we still drive.
So I'm with y'all also, but I mean, like I said, in my situations, I never had anything going wrong.
Brandon got jacked up.
I remember that.
I just answer the questions and I get my ticket and I go on.
Listen, I'll tell you this small story that we can go to our first thing with Jody here. So we was coming down 41 going towards Sarasota. They had this, the little cop stop here. They trying to catch drunk drivers. It was after a football game or something.
Oh yeah.
And they pulled us over. They pulled us
speed
over.
Trap.
Yeah, the speed trap. I forgot what it was called, but the speed trap.
A DUI checkpoint.
Yeah. So we got the car. At the time, I had a charger in my pocket, right? I had like an Apple charger in my pocket. They go to searching everybody. The cops say, "Oh, what is this?" I told the cop, "I don't know what it is. You got to pull it out." I say, "If you want to know what it is, you got to pull it out." I was like, I was nervous as hell. I was like, I don't know what it is. You got to pull it out. When he pulled it out, he was like, "Oh, it's just an Apple charger." I said, "I forgot what it was, but if you gonna tap on me, you got to pull it out." And that's what Nate was talking about. Cause they did search me, and the cop was cool. It wasn't like he wasn't cool. He was cool about it. We all laughed about it at the end. I told him I was nervous as heck. I forgot what was in my pocket when you started to go to tapping on me. So that was the story. But Jody, let's go ahead and move on, brother.
No, you ain't get Uncle Pudge.
Uncle Pudge.
Pudge. Oh, my bad, Pudge. My bad. I forgot you be.
He was sitting there so peaceful and quiet.
He always peaceful and quiet on us.
Yeah, because I'll be listening. I'll be listening to that nonsense Coach A be spouting. Look, man.
Oh, so mine is nonsense.
Listen,
what's your tactic?
Not all the time, man, but it's like this, man. I've been pulled over, man, plenty of times since I was a teenager on up, man. The one thing I always try to do is remain calm and collected and put them at ease because they got a gun and I don't want them nervous. Most cops are smaller than me. So I try to make sure, the tone of my voice, is cool and I just talk to them. You know why I pulled you over? Nah, I can't even imagine. I'm like, "Hey, how you doing, sir?" And smile at them and be on my way. Now, if I got pulled over and I'm knowing like, man, I ain't do nothing, what could I have done? Still doesn't matter, man. Just, I want to go home. I want to get him or her on their merry way, period. I don't want to get 2 bullets put in me and be a martyr. I've seen videos of people, they passengers getting out of control. Like cops say, "Can I see your ID?" "What for?" "You don't need to see my ID." And I'm like, "Here, man, just give them the damn ID.
Just give them the ID.
Yeah, just show them the ID so they can leave you alone. You ain't got to do all this because now you done escalated the situation
Right.
to something that don't need to be escalated to. If you haven't done anything, just show them. I mean, I get it. Certain groups of people, don't have to go through this. But man, if you want to make it home, just give him the damn ID.
Hey, Pudge, just like Nick told me earlier, this family talk. Just say what group of people you talking about.
Yeah, what group of people don't have to go
Nah,
through
you keep that to yourself.
I'm just saying.
I've seen all colors go through it, or groups.
Shoot, I'm just saying, certain groups of people. I could be talking about women. Some, women can get out of stuff, and but I'm just saying, certain groups of people don't have to go through this. Don't have to, put up with certain things.
Here we go. Rhetoric. Go ahead.
Not rhetoric. Like I said, I've been on both sides. I've met some cool cops. I've met some asshole cops.
But when you say certain groups of people, are you insinuating that certain group, none of them have to go through this 100%? Is that what you're saying? Because that's what it sounds like you're saying.
No, I'm just saying, like, when I'm saying certain groups of people,
exactly.
I'm just saying, like,
certain people don't. Certain people don't have to.
Because, like, Coach A, you could be one of those people that somehow cops just love you.
That's what I'm saying. Say what group of people you talking about. That's what I'm saying.
Special folk. I call them special folk. That's all I'm saying.
Say it with your chest. Say it with your chest.
Rhea, how you getting out of tickets?
Cause
how the hell you think?
All females can't get out of tickets.
Rhea can get out of anything.
Nah. Don't let that myth fool y'all. Them females be getting tickets just as much as we get.
If I get pulled over, I'm gonna call Rhea on the phone. Be like, yo,
I'm gonna call Rhea too. That's why I want to figure it out. How you getting out of tickets? Yeah, I want to get out of tickets too.
I don't want my kids, people. Who is this guy? Go ahead, CM. Go ahead, CM. What's the next question?
Go ahead, CM.
So since we're talking about this, we're gonna switch audible. We're gonna go to subject 3, right? Which is gonna be our first one today. It says, should the cops who pull you over be legally obligated to disclose exactly why they're pulling you over?
I say yes.
I say no.
Why?
Why not? Because again, when it comes to the criminal element, right, they don't play by the rules. So less is helpful. If you don't tell what's going on, then they have a better chance of catching the actual criminal. If everybody just follow instructions, then everything moves smoothly. But if they got to train everybody,
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but really, if I was that, yeah, I am a little bit. If I was that cop, you still would have got that ticket.
Yeah, no matter what, you need to slow your tail down.
Yeah.
I done told Rhea about slow. I done told Rhea she need to slow down. Rhea be out there speeding, boy. Rhea,
she be sliding.
She be sliding, boy, and that's fine.
That's jail time. They can take you to jail.
That's what I'm saying.
That's reckless driving.
Nah, but go ahead, Coach. I want to hear the rest of your reason into that.
But like I said, obviously if you get in the ticket, they're gonna tell you why they pulled you over. You get in the ticket, that's obvious. But if you're not getting a ticket and they're not giving you a type of infraction, then it could be searching for something different, either something that happened some other place, or they're searching for somebody. They don't want to tip the criminal off.
And I get that. And I get that, but if you're handling an investigation, shouldn't you let a person know, okay, this is what's going on? You know what I'm saying? If you get pulled over, shouldn't some type of statement be given saying, okay, this is what's going on, this is why we're doing it, just to keep you at ease? Because like Pudge just said, we want to keep that cop at ease too. We trying to go home too. So don't just pull me over and be like, all right.
Coach not getting none of that.
So I understand. And my response is, yeah, after everything is said and done, before you go, they should let you know what's going on. If they clear you and say you're free or what the situation is, yeah, then they should explain to you what's going on. I agree with that portion. Okay. Now, should it be a law that they have to? That I don't agree with. I don't agree that it should be a law, just out of common courtesy. Just like it's common courtesy for us when we talk to them to either talk cordial or to be disrespectful. It's just depending on us. Should it be a law that we address cops a certain way? That's what I'm saying. I think it goes both ways.
Okay, I understand that.
You do know that if they searching for somebody, they already got the description of the car, the person, and everything. So
why it sound like you in a video game? You can you fix that or something? Not like you in a video game, like you the bad guy or something.
Yeah, I'm just
Coming to
saying,
get me.
they already know who they looking for.
Yeah.
Right.
So if they pull you over, they ain't gonna tip their hand because they know who you. And if you fit the description, cool. Because depending on the description, can't just be he tall, African American, bonehead. I'm like, you just described Michael Jordan. so like they got specifics. Before they even pull you over, they know who they looking for.
Yes.
Now, if your car fit the description, because they make more than one dark color, light color car, that's a different thing. You know what I'm saying? But they normally have the description of the suspect.
So if they got the description and they pulling you over, they're not supposed to tell you why they're pulling you over?
Well, they're supposed to tell you. Actually, I don't know. I think it varies from state to state. I know here in Illinois, they supposed to tell you why they pulling you over. Like, hey, you can easily ask, hey, why you pulling you over?
Right.
And they can tell you. They're supposed to tell you. They ain't just supposed to pull you over and be like, get out the car.
And I was about to say, every one of the times I've been pulled over, all of them just been for speeding. Cops has always come up to the car and been like, hey, you know why I pulled you over? Most of the time I say no, because I'm not just going to incriminate myself. They say, we pulled you over for speeding. And I'm like, oh, okay. And can we get your license registration? And it goes from there. But I've never been in a situation when I got pulled over and I had to ask, hey, why y'all pulled me over? So, I mean, I can only speak from my side. Every time I have been pulled over, they always told me. But everybody ain't so fortunate, I guess.
No, they're not.
Everybody
No.
So, Jody,
what you got?
Oh, I think they should absolutely tell me why I'm getting pulled over. Don't lie to me. Be like, hey, you know what? You black, you in this white neighborhood. You listening to Bootsy real loud. Where you looking kind of iffy? What's up with you? Let me see your ID right quick. Like, so you can see I live out here among the our potato salad raising friends. That's right. I live out here. But don't BS me, bruh. Don't BS me. Don't be like,
man, y'all stop putting raisins in your potatoes out it for once.
Like I just hate the bullshit. I remember one time, bro, I got pulled over for running the stop sign in a parking lot, right? All right, cool. You pulled me over. This dude was like, oh, is this your truck? I was like, well, if you check my registration, you'd see that. You know what I'm saying?
See, all you had to say was yes.
All you had to say is yes. That's how situation started.
Why ask me that question? Like, is this your truck? Why? Was I stealing?
You could be driving your mama car.
If you check my registration, you see my name was on it.
What if you didn't have it first?
That's the first thing you're supposed to ask me for: license, proof of insurance, and registration. Those are 3 things you're supposed to ask me, and I got all 3 things in my
How
little.
How he's supposed to know that it's your registration if you haven't given it to him yet?
You haven't asked me for it. First thing you asked me was, "This my car." You should ask me if can I have your registration? Don't ask me if this my car. Just ask me for my registration.
You can't tell them what their protocol is.
They need to change their protocol then, because that's showing up. I ain't telling you shit. And then he pulled me out the car, right? And then he was like, he pulled me out the car. I'm standing in the car, right? He look in the glove. He look in the middle compartment. He told us, oh, I see you had a gun in the car. It's like, yeah, I figured you tell that since I got a carry license, since you took both of my IDs out my wallet.
He did see the carry license.
He seen the carry license, but he's like, well, you're supposed to tell me if you have a gun in the car. I said, no, that's not the law. I'm supposed to tell you if you ask me. If you don't ask me, I ain't got to tell you shit. He was
He
like,
should have just took you to jail.
He's like, all right, buddy, we're not doing this today.
Because you don't have a license to be an idiot.
how long you been an idiot?
He said, I don't see your license to be this rude and to be an idiot. So you need to go to jail.
Listen, I was very upfront. I was like, why you pulling me over? Because I ran a stop sign? Well, that's not the only reason. Well, what's the only reason then? Because that's the only reason I see. He thought it was just hold tight. And then he called other dude for backup, right? So now he going through my car.
See? You just said call back up. Now look.
You call back up? Right. You calling back up? I said, I hope you calling somebody that know more than your ass. Because goddamn, bro.
See, now you putting flame, you making the fire too big now at this point.
Yeah, that was
because Jody got time. That's why Jody like, oh yeah, I got time today. Watch this.
I got time every day for your dummies. So
set his camera. Hey, set his video camera up.
Right, hey, you ever been on Family Talk? So,
Jody, don't be no martyr for us. We don't need the footage.
I was cooperating.
We don't need no Rodney King footage.
Hey, my hands never left from in front of me. The whole time, my hands are like this in front of me. I don't want you to reach shit. You can see my hands, clear view, the whole time. Hey, and you got my gun. So he dropped the mag out of it, right? He was like, "Oh, I see you have hollow points," and I'm like, "Okay." Tell him, "Are those even legal?" What do you mean? I say, "Yeah, bro, man, don't talk to me no more until your superior get here, because you asking me dumbass questions." And he was like, "Well, where I'm from in New Jersey, they're illegal for people to have hollow points. Well, this Florida, this ain't New Jersey. We wild around here. We'll give a damn what you got, as long as you got license for it."
See, if I was a cop and you told me we wild around here, yeah, you would been sitting back in my car.
That's fine.
That's black privilege. That's Jody. Jody is flexing black privilege.
Yeah, that is black privilege for one.
Because if it was a black guy, a black cop, I would be like, "Yo, man,
but the thing
there's
is,
no reason to act like this."
Let me talk about that situation. So now that you said that cop now feels uncomfortable.
Yeah,
because you said that, oh, we wild around here. So now that cop feel uncomfortable. Now the situation finna start turning. So now you're asking for this cop.
I would have definitely looked at him and said, "What you mean by that?"
I'm sitting on
my hand on my gun. What you mean by that?
Yeah.
I'm sitting here with my hands in front of me, right? I'm not bucking you. I'm not running. I'm just giving you a hard time. It's just like, bro, what are you scared of? I'm not fighting you. You asked me to get out the car. I got out the car. You asked me questions. I gave you answers.
I would have kept asking you dumb questions. That's what I would.
I would have kept giving you dumb answers. So his part.
I would be like, "Them your real eyes?"
I was like, "Nope."
Why you ain't cut your hair? I can already see you acting a fool with me. I would just go turn it back on you.
Nope.
But the thing is, you can make.
Are you a Gator fan?
You can make a person feel stupid by not. What's the best way I'm trying to say this?
Yeah.
You can make a person feel stupid by not being ignorant. Let's say that, because you can make that cop feel very stupid by just plain old answering a one-word question. You know what I'm saying? You can answer his question with one word and make him feel stupid. When you the whole time,
Jody don't want to do that.
Well, no, Jody, you trying to escalate the whole situation by.
How am I escalating the situation? He's asking me questions. I'm giving him very straightforward answers. I'm not bucking him. I'm not saying no, you can't do this, that, and the third. You asking me stupid ass questions. I'm giving you.
You're not giving straightforward answers.
Is this your car? You know that if you check the registration, that's a straightforward.
No, it's not. The straightforward answer is yes.
Straightforward. My registration is in the glove box. You want to check it? You know that if you check the registration.
You know what? You could have just done one
better answer, but that's not.
You already ran the tag. You pulled me over. You had to run my tag. Everything was said on the tag.
That makes sense. Yeah,
when the tag came across, it came across Mike Stokes. When you pulled out my ID, it's Mike Stokes. I don't understand. The names match up. Like, I don't get it. So
I get that.
And so when the other cop came, he took my gun and they took it to the computer and they ran the numbers. And I was like, let me know when it come back mine. His always, well, where'd you get this? Gun store. When'd you get it?
Jody had time.
Last
that's
year.
what it was.
Yeah,
He had
plenty of
time.
times. Jody like, yep, I'm just leaving my boo's house. Everything is okay. I'm happy. Yeah,
Right,
we're
hey,
gonna be here all
hey.
night today.
Hey, I left just in time to go get some Chick-fil-A, and I done already ate it.
Yeah.
So, brother,
See?
man, I got
You
time today.
had time.
We can sit here all
Hey,
night.
Chris,
I got
Chris got a real good question.
You
Hell
can't
no.
necessarily say yes, sir, ma'am.
Hell
Yes, sir,
no.
ma'am. There's a fake respect that may not be
Hell no.
No, hold on, coach.
Yes,
coach,
sir.
Coach, do you say yes, sir? No,
Yes,
ma'am.
sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Nick,
Well,
do you
not
say,
all the sometimes I catch myself. I catch myself not doing, just talking regular, but I try to be like, yes, sir, no, sir, or yes, ma'am, no, ma'am.
So
Yeah, I
Nick,
try to. Sometimes I just be like, yes, no.
Yeah.
But most of the time I say yes, sir, no, sir.
so I talk like that with people regularly
gonna say hi?
anyway. So I'll say if like yesterday I was talking to this lady I was talking to Sam's sister, and after we finished the conversation, I said yes, ma'am. I just talk like that with people anyway. So in general, if I'm talking to a cop, I'm gonna just say yes, sir, or no, ma'am, just because that's how I talk anyway. Jody say no. Jody just want to
already
be
know it,
disrespectful.
We already know it.
I'm not
Jody
being
need it.
disrespectful. Yeah, yes, no. You get a yes and a no. That ain't
No, you ain't.
disrespectful.
You ain't even saying that. You had a chance to say yes, and you was like, "Is it my? You check my registration." You ain't even saying that.
Uncle Pudge, what you got for us? Well, you done been quiet. Now it's time to bring in Uncle Pudge.
What was the question? Because
If Jody had a license to be like that,
no,
No, that wasn't the question.
Jody trying to get shot. That's all, man. Because you made the man. First of all, the man saw your gun, so now you're already nervous.
But
'Cause
how
you're a
you
black
nervous when
man
I'm
with a
outside the
gun.
car?
Man, you're a
I'm
black man
outside
with a
the car.
gun. You're still nervous,
That don't mean you ain't got no another gun on you.
right?
You should have pat me down. Do
Did
your
he?
job, officer.
That's
Did he
true. Do
bet you
your
down?
job. Do your job.
No, he didn't.
So at the time when he found your gun, maybe he was like, dang, I forgot to pat him down. Now he nervous.
you only
No, he
get
by
patted down
himself.
if you're being searched or arrested.
I'm just saying, he by himself. He had to call backup.
He called backup.
You know-
When backup came, I was sitting on the
That's what I'm
sitting
saying.
like this.
Can't
chilling.
pat you down by himself. You know how many cops get killed? Let's be real. Just on
We all
routine
understand that.
traffic stops. You know, just routine traffic stops. They're gonna pull somebody over for a busted headlight, and this dude wind up shooting the cop. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, they got a hard job. This is
It
true.
is. It is.
It's
There
a
you
hard
go.
job.
Respect the game.
You signed
know,
up for
but-
this job too, by the way.
Oh, we're not saying they didn't sign up for
That's
it.
true. That's true.
It's a hard job still. You know, I signed up to be a teacher. It's a hard damn job. Being a special ed teacher, shit. Don't mean I don't deserve respect and courtesy because I signed up for it.
Right.
You know, shit. when you dealing with life and death in a matter of split seconds, you know, like 1 minute you just pulling somebody over. Next minute, you don't know if this mob crazy, pull out a gun, boom, shoot you. You know, so when he pulled you over, saw the gun in the car, you don't know what you own. He like, man. And then you tell him, we wild around here? Shit.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
Man.
saying. Jody, we know you from Florida.
I probably shot your ass like that.
I'm just
Now
like
you go ahead.
you tell me you wild around here. I got my hand on the holster. Like, what you mean you wild around here? What you mean?
Hey, and I'm gonna need an answer.
Yeah,
I'm
and
gonna
I'm
need
gonna
an
need
answer after I ask you that. What you mean you
like,
wild?
we
Right?
ain't
now?
leaving- we ain't
I'm
leaving
gonna tell you
the scene.
from you from
How wild are
Pittsburgh.
you around here? Wild that.
And now you going to
For
jail.
real.
Oh
But, like,
my
you from
God.
Pittsburgh,
Yeah, no, I feel
right?
it for my
And
life.
you know the stigma of
Good
Florida.
morning.
You know,
Good morning. That's good, bro.
everybody
Good
crazy
morning.
in Florida. So
I'm just saying, man.
Hey, what if
It's
you're a
like,
cop
man,
from Florida?
oh, then
Right.
you know. But hold on. If you
I
do a
just
cop
saw,
from Florida,
man.
then you wouldn't ask me about my bullets because you already know the law.
Shit. I just saw last night, once again, Minneapolis Police Department is in the news again.
They always
Fucking cop take down a 64-year-old black man, slams him to the ground. And now the story was, you know, the older guy was talking to a younger black guy, and they was having a discussion. You know how when we talk to each other, people assume we're yelling, but we're just really talking. You know, we can talk loud, but, you know, so the cop was like, you guys were fighting. He's like, no, we wasn't. We were just talking. And the older gentleman said, man, don't put your hands on me. And that's all he said to the cop, don't put your hands on me. Cop said, well, you out of here. Snatched him up by the collar, started slamming him down. The video, you know, they got video. The witnesses was like, hey, what the hell are you doing to him? He didn't do anything, you know, and all this and that and the other. And he tussling with the 64-year-old guy. And then finally a young black lady stepped in. I guess she worked at the store, maybe the store manager. And he asked the dude to step outside. They talking. And the older gentleman explained to him, he said, all I said to you was don't put your hands on me. That's it. That's all I said. Didn't curse at you, didn't do anything. So the cop was being embarrassed or prideful or whatever, slapped cuffs on the dude. Like, what am I being arrested for? Obstruction. Obstruction of what? Because he was like, there was nothing going on for me to obstruct. So it's like, man, and I'm looking at this situation like, that cop could have de-escalated that situation easily, but he escalated it. And I'm like, I'm glad it didn't go left either, because, you know, sometimes these things can go left. And it's like, man, Minneapolis just haven't learned yet. Like, dude, y'all cops, and it's Minneapolis, so it's not like it's, you know, another place compared. This is the same police department that shot Phil, you know, Colando, George Floyd, and a couple of other people. It's like, what the hell are y'all doing in Minneapolis? You know, how are y'all training? You know, I'm scared to go to Minneapolis now. Like, these mogs off the chain up there. Like, they haven't learned their lesson. I'm like, y'all must like civil unrest, because that's what it all leads to, man. Civil unrest. So, Jody, stop trying to provoke cops. I like it. I to come to your funeral, man.
I don't be trying. Listen, I don't try to provoke the cops, man. My problem is, I just want you to be educated, right, and have a procedure set up. So when you pull somebody over, you ask for their license, registration, and proof of insurance. That right there kills like 3 or 4 stupid ass questions once you look at all that paperwork, right? So if you follow that, then you won't be asking me whose car is this, because you already know it's mine. You won't be asking me, oh, or where you know what I'm saying? If I'm around the corner from my house, you know what I'm saying? It's like, where you going? Well, you know what? He's right around the corner from his house, so I'm gonna just suspect he's going home if he's right around the corner. There needs to be a procedure put in place, and that's the biggest thing. It's like, this is why honesty needs to come into play. Because if you pulling me over just because we had a vehicle that fits your description, then I'd rather you just say, hey, we had a vehicle that fits this description. They just robbed the bank. Oh, all right, cool. What you looking for? I ain't got no money in here.
But in what Coach A was saying, like, you can't just always give your hand. So they're not just gonna tell you everything. We would probably want them to, but they're not. It's just like us, and when we talking to other people, do you tell everybody everything? No, you tell them just enough of what you want them to hear.
I'm gonna tell you this, Joe. You keep it up. Keep it up, and the only procedure is when you're gonna be in that chair like this. Yeah, fellas. Did y'all see the video? I'm gonna play it for y'all just a minute. Hold on.
Oh my god.
See, that's not nice, Coach A.
Keep it up.
Oh my
Just saying.
god.
I
Oh
know
my
it's a dumb
God.
question, but is this your vehicle? Yes. Boom, that's it. They don't take that much energy to say yeah. Yeah.
It don't take
I
that
got
much
something
energy
for you.
to
I'll be
check my
right back,
registration too.
And Chris is absolutely right with this one.
Okay, I don't want to bring back from the 40s and the 80s because that great time is when the police were a part of the neighborhood and you know people are policing and they may solve a lot of issues. Man, I don't know how it was back in the 40s and the 50s. I've only heard stories, but it seems like policing was a whole lot better back then. You know what I'm saying? We'll have to ask, people
For
from
who?
those eras.
For who? Because for what I read up on, one too great to our time, man. So
I mean,
you keep
not
that
to
40s and 50s shit to yourself.
we was trying to keep race out of this. We was trying to keep race out
I'm
of this.
just saying, man, we can't, man. If you want to go look at the history, we got to look at it all, man. We just can't cherry pick it.
I get it.
I don't think Martin Luther King thought the police was too cool back then, man. They part of his neighborhood too. Shit. Like, man, we got it, man. You know what? We need to bring neighborhoods back. That's what we need to do.
Yeah.
Community togetherness. That's what we need to bring back. Because if we stand up together as a community, this stuff ain't happen to anybody, whether you black, white, Asian, whatever. Because now they know they're being held accountable, that the community won't stand for it, that the people won't stand for it. We got to start, man. We got to start getting on these elected officials. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to start taking the complaints and our concerns to them, to their doorstep. Don't just be satisfied with electing somebody. Once they get in, wait a minute, this ain't happening like they said. Let's go down there and have a chat with them. Let them know. We bring your ass up out of here. If we don't see results, you got to go.
Yeah.
Because despite what people say, your vote does matter. Yeah. And if they feel, because if it didn't, you wouldn't see their face. But every time election time around, you see all sorts of politician faces. Like, damn, I didn't know you was, who is this person? This is your congressman, your senator, your alderman, your mayor. They're all in the neighborhood, kissing babies, shaking hands, and all that. Yeah. But if you can come do that around election time, I'm going to need to see you do this when it's not election time.
Yeah, let's see you do it in February.
Right. Come and do it in February, January. Yeah. I don't want to just see you in November.
Right.
And if I only keep seeing you in November, you got to go. Because you're not here for the people. You're not here for me. And that's where it starts at, man. Us coming together. Stop letting these damn people divide us. Because that's how they win. They keep us divided because we too busy focused on bullshit. Oh, that group don't like this group because this group is getting more than that group. Man, ain't nobody getting more than nobody. That's just some bullshit they put out. Shit is, if you ain't got money, then you're part of one group. The 99%. That's it. You broke. Right. Because the top 1% don't give a damn. They got all the cheese. And they pulling all the strings. If you ain't in the top 1%, then you part of one group, the 99%. There you go. We all in the same boat.
So Jody,
what's that
next one? I just looked at the timeline. What's that next one? I think it's gonna be a little bit interesting.
So, do you think the protocol for traffic stops need to change? And what do you think needs to change about them?
So protocol. So
the thing is,
do we know what? Right. Do we really know what the protocols are? Because all we can go upon is what we experience and what we see on TV, right?
Supposedly
So
we've
do
had
we-
cops tell us what their protocol is to come up to the car. They're supposed to leave some type of DNA evidence, so that's why they touch your tail light. Yeah, the whole just walking up to your car with the flashlight at night and kind of looking all in your car and stuff. Like that's part of their protocol. They're taught that if they escalate a situation, they can't de-escalate it. What else they're taught? They're taught that once the gun is drawn, you're not supposed to put it back until the person is in cuffs. Like that's all their protocol is taught. So that we think like something of a traffic stop needs to change. Like I feel like the protocols for the traffic stop need to change because it's like, bro, if you're just giving me a ticket, you just walk up, be like, hey, I'm officer such and such. I pulled you over because you were speeding. I'm gonna give you a ticket. Like, make this shit straightforward. Like, all them extra questions is unnecessary. Like, make it straightforward to the point. Either give me a ticket or give me a warning and let me go about my damn time. Like, but they ask you so many questions and stuff. So it's like, do you think that's something that might need to change? Or do you think it's something that you're okay with being the same?
I feel like number one thing, and I guess if we're talking protocol, number one thing is to make sure everybody gets to where they need to go safely. That's number one thing. I think safety is key with any type of traffic stop or any type of interaction with police. I think safety should be a number one type thing. I agree with what Jody just said. Some of that stuff need to change. And when I say some of that stuff need to change, I feel like cops shouldn't feel like their authority should be thrown in people's faces and that they're just big, bad, and bold because they got a badge on. You know, and carry and able to carry a gun. I think something needs to be changed within that because, like Rhea just said, cops make up their own protocol because we are not educated and we're not part of a police department or went through a police school. They expect for us not to know things, so they make up their own things and expect for us to believe it. A lot of us don't believe it because a lot of that stuff is bullcrap. But I feel like a lot of those protocols should be changed. I feel like how a police officer talks to you, their delivery should be different. Not necessarily what they're saying. I feel like their delivery should be a bit different than how it is. Because of course, some of us do react a little bit different to your delivery. I know I react different to people's delivery. Like if you come to me sideways, I don't deal too well with people coming to me sideways if I didn't come at you sideways. So I think that's one thing that needs to be changed. It's a whole bunch that need to be changed, but those are the ones that I can pinpoint that need to be changed.
That's
what
true.
You got, Nick?
Like you said, I don't know the protocols. All I know is what they do when they come towards me, when they giving me a ticket. So with that being said, I mean, I think, yeah, talking to people the way they do sometimes, it can be outrageous. But we've also seen where they've done, decent talking, and the other people on the other side still get out of hand.
Right.
So, and then they're gonna try and force, some of them gonna try and force whatever they need to do to get it done. But as far as me, like I said, I can only speak for my situation. So everything that they've done and given me a ticket, because that's all I've dealt with police. I'm good with the protocol.
Hey, we all on watch trade today. I got some bags. I can do what I want.
I can do whatever I want. I mean, I think that one of the biggest things for me is just like I think there should be a protocol and a set standard. Like I've seen videos where literally, and not to say this, but like you've seen literally white women, right, get pulled over. Cop said something she didn't like. Old girl put her car in park, got out of her car, and started yelling at the cop. And every single black person looking like, we could never. Okay, once we reach for the door, we probably gonna get popped, let alone getting out the car. Right? I've seen so many videos of like cops just handling situations different. That's why I say there needs to be a set standard and a protocol. So if Becky can't get out her car and yell at the police, then Tyrone can't get out his car and yell at the police. But you can't let the little college girl be like, oh my God, my license is in my backpack, and reach in her back seat and dig in her book bag to look for her license. Because if Derek would have did that, Derek would have had 3 bullets in his chest. So it's like, that's why I think the protocol needs to change. It's like you need to stay consistent with everybody. So if one set of people need to have their hands on the steering wheel with the lights in the car on, then I think everybody should have that.
But I mean, I get what you're saying, but they're not going to be consistent with everybody because they're going to only go off of the experiences they have with certain people. So certain people might allow black people to go ahead and reach for their whatever because they never been in a situation where they had to do anything else. But in other situations, they might have been shot at, so they're very cautious of anybody moving. So I mean, we can't sit here and just try and speak for every cop, but I do get what you're saying.
There needs to be some consistency because it's like, okay, if you get police, right? The problem is this, so it's kind of what goes back to what Telly said and kind of what Chris said. What happens is you take these white police and you put them in the hood, right? And they're very aggressive and nervous because they feel like they got to be. So what happens is the police pull over, one person, and that one person says, hey, bro, these 2 cops pulled me over and they do this, that, and the third. So the next time they pull somebody over, guess what? You getting all that negative energy because you already got a bad reputation in this area. And so it needs to be a place where it's like you do need to put more black cops in more black areas, so some way they can relate. So, they pull up to a situation where, Ray and Keisha, they out there fighting. And instead of the cops pulling their guns, it's just like, Ray, get your dumb ass in this car so we can take you to your mama house so you can cool off because we done been here twice this week. Instead of 2 white cops pulling up and now you done, made the situation worse and now somebody getting tased and possibly shot because you don't take time to know your community. And that's like part of the problem. And
bro is on it.
Huh?
This is what I was talking about earlier.
He's your brother, right?
Yeah.
This is what I was talking about earlier. You driving without a valid tag, get pulled and smoke come out your window, and then they approach and you be like, why you violating my civil rights?
But see, that's just ignorant though.
but got ignorant people out there.
That's what's happening.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. This is what's happening.
And that's the whole part of the protocol. It's just like when you follow protocol, your body cam should be on, right? Because that should be part of protocol. Ain't no way in hell your body cam should be off. I think every cop should have a body cam. And if it's off, you suspend it. If you get it off twice, you need to be fired because it looks shady to me. So if you put in your body cam show, you pull up to somebody's car and they roll the window down and it look like Wiz Khalifa and Snoop Dogg in the car, at that point, cut off the car, give me the keys, step out the car, and at that point, at every single probable cause, to search your damn car because you hotboxing this mother. This is like there's a difference between ignorance and legitness because it's like you pull up somebody's car.
But it's a different time frame now. Sometimes some people got legal cars to be able to use it.
Yeah, but you can't smoke. You're not supposed to smoke and drive. You're not supposed to drive under any influence, and that's another.
Oh yeah.
Driving while you high is just it's the same as driving influence, and that's against the law. Yeah. But I got a medical card for that. That's like I don't care if you got a medical card. You can't be driving while you high. You're supposed to do this at home, stupid. You still get a ticket. Like there's no violation of your civil rights. You just being dumb. But I think there needs to be a protocol. It's like your body cam needs to be on 24/7. From the moment you start your shift to the moment you get back, I need to be able to see every single second of your life.
And also to add on what Jody's saying, I feel like also that those videos should be reviewed at all time. And also, I don't know about public information, but
I think it is public information in Florida. You can go get that stuff.
Yeah, in Florida you can go get it. But I feel like those should be reviewed on a regular basis. Like Jody said, the moment you clock in, that body cam, well, at least not the moment you clock in, but the moment you hit the street and you get in your car, your squad car, the moment you're walking to your car is when that body cam should be on. And it should be on your entire shift. And
I don't think they should have the ability to turn it off and on.
Yeah, it shouldn't really even be no ability. Once you put it on your chest, that's it. It should be on, and those videos should be reviewed at all times.
Dante say you can get it in every state.
Oh, okay.
That's good. But like you got a lot of cops that turn their body cams off. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh, my body cam was malfunctioning that day. So you went a whole 12-hour shift and knew your body cam was malfunctioning, and you didn't come back and get another one. I feel like that right there should be punishable. you should be suspended. And if we had to have this conversation again, you should be fired. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, and that's a protocol that we need to put. Because when you pull somebody over for a traffic stop, right? It's like they need to be able to pull that. Because if you pull somebody over for a traffic stop and be like, "Hey, you dumb son of a bitch, get the fuck out of the car," and then it's like, "Oh, the person I pulled over escalated the situation." You should be able to say, "But bro, look how you came at them. You escalated the situation with your language." So it's just like I think protocol is no matter what somebody's saying to you, you need a sustain a certain level of professionalism. I get it.
Do you realize that the police union is one of the strongest unions in the land, right? That they will not let that fly.
They were real gang.
Yeah, that the police union will not let that fly. Period.
Yeah, what for?
What you talking about? You
Come on, the body cam?
The body cam being on at the beginning to the end of the shift. They done already tried that one. Brought that up. They didn't let that fly. Like, no, your body cam supposed to be turned on when you approach a suspect in all traffic stops, but just on all day, no.
Yeah, we don't want to hear you munching on Dunkin' Donuts.
Technology is so good to they should be able to turn on and off maybe like when you getting out of a vehicle or walk out of the station.
I want to hear it when you in the car because you might have said some incriminating shit while you was in your car. You know what I'm saying? You might be in your car and be like, hey, look at these two Mexicans in this Benz. Hey, let's go pull their ass over. Why they in that Benz? That's incriminating.
But you can say that ain't incriminating. You can say whatever you want in your own environment. And when you go to those Mexicans, you better treat them with respect. And you better be professional.
But if it escalates to a worse situation, then we have that. And it's like, well, okay, why did you intentionally pull these people over?
Like your intent was totally different.
Your intent was the profile.
Yeah.
So if you say that in your car,
I get what you're saying because we use. Because what do they do now? They use old audio tape, old audio video, or whatever, like Donald Sterling. He lost his Clippers team because of something he said in confidence to the chick he was messing with.
But that don't mean it's right just because
I didn't say it was right. I'm just saying, I understand what Jody's saying.
Yeah.
If we can hold him to that standard, why can't we hold cops to that standard as well? Like because that man straight lost his team, and I heard the audio tape. All he said was, "Hey, she said I'm gonna continue to bring black people to your game." And he said, "Don't bring black people to my game." Now I don't know if he was being sarcastic or just throwing it back, but that's all he said. They like, "Oh yeah, take his team. He racist." I'm like, the man said black people. He didn't say don't bring no niggas to my game. He said black people. Like, I'm like,
but you own a basketball team in LA, and 80% of the NBA is black, and you talking about don't bring no black people in my game.
She said that after responding to her, So I'm like, maybe he was being sarcastic because she said I'm gonna continue to bring. Her herself was black, so he was messing with her. This was his chick, so.
It was a side chick.
Side chick. Side chick.
So I'm like, when you hear audio, was he being sarcastic? Was he just saying it because she was saying it? I don't know. But they held him to a standard because of what he said in his private conversation. And he had to face the consequences.
They held him. I don't think they held him to a standard.
And they need to hold these cops to a standard.
They have their own standards.
Because it's like I need to know what you saying in your car, what you saying on your private phone calls. If you,
I see your wife
exactly. I don't give a damn about that. But if you in the car, right, and you call your other cop homeboy, talking about, hey, what you doing? Hey, we got some Chicos down here on this corner looking iffy. I might need some backup. It's like, all right, don't call it over the radio. Don't call it over the radio. Just call me on my phone. And it's like, I want to hear all that.
Right. I mean, there should be a certain level.
He said Chicos.
a certain level of
Jody part of cancel culture.
discretion
He
that
got
we
a
need to
cancel culture
have.
card.
But you can't listen to them the whole day because, like I said, they go to the bathroom, they go to
Why
lunch.
not?
See, I was just
Okay,
saying,
that's
if Jody can.
Edit out.
I don't want to hear
But why
nobody
not
taking no
why
dump.
not listen to you talk all day? Because I want to hear who you are as a person. Because you might play nice, but you might be an undercover racist. I want to hear who you are as a person.
But then,
Listen,
like you
I
said, they make phone calls. They make
only
phone
reason-
calls on their cell phone. That's privacy.
And
But when you on the clock, is it privacy?
When you on the clock,
No, I'm talking
You
about
on
at
the clock.
lunchtime. When you at lunch, that's your private time.
Let me
But
see.
that-
let me see
that's
what
the
you
thing,
got.
there's nothing about your life as a police officer that's private when your ass is on the motherfucking
Right.
clock. You are on the clock. That is public
So-
salary.
So the only reason I can agree to this, Jody, because within my job I have to take phone calls, right? So my boss listens to my phone calls, and listens not just mine, but all of our phone calls. And this is what he uses to help train us, or if we done something bad. This is what he uses for as examples. Blah 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 blah. And because my boss does that, why can't we do that for the police? That's what Jody's saying. Why can't we now when I clock out, my boss ain't listening to my conversations. He ain't
Exactly.
in my business.
When you take
But
off
when
your
I'm on the
badge,
phone,
you say
right.
whatever you
But
want.
that's part of
But
your
when you on the
job,
clock,
though.
I need, but you need that needs to be a protocol. When you on
But
the job,
isn't
people,
it
I'm
every
talking
time
talking
you
to
about.
people part of the police job? It's
I
talking to
said
people
when
part of
they
the
on
police.
lunch and they on their personal cell phone.
No.
But
You
my
don't
thing
need to-
is,
you don't need to
like
hear all that stuff.
at my
That's
job,
what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, I
When
got
you
you.
on the clock,
that's what I'm
that's something different.
But what if they on the clock for 12 hours? Like my job, we on the clock for 8 hours straight. Like when we
But you
take
get
lunch break,
and you get lunch break and you
But
get
we're-
breaks.
we on break when we still on the clock though.
if
Yeah,
you
you
have
get two-
on
I mean,
and you are out,
I'm like,
You
would
got
you
that
want
part.
somebody listening in on your conversations when you on break?
I
It's
wouldn't have
like
no
you're not
problem.
even working.
I don't have no problem because I'm not talking about anything that
if my
expects
job
anybody
is
to
where,
listen to.
if I have a job to where somebody can jerk their hand and resist me, and I'm allowed to pull my gun out and shoot them, then hell yeah, you need to be able to listen to everything you saying, because just like you just said, those cops are the biggest gangs, and they have plenty of conversations on their phones. So if you talking some crazy mess, why can't I hear it? So now you're gonna make them have to switch over to like, hey bro, we can't talk about that on the clock. We're gonna talk about that after the clock. I can't communicate. Like, nah, bro. Nah. I
Then you
wanna hear
open
everything.
yourself up to where they can listen to your phone conversations. Because
Why you listen to my conversation? I
what
ain't
you
no
just
cop.
said, you should be able to listen.
No,
I don't
it should
think-
be
I
able
don't
to-
think-
you open up a whole can
Bro,
of
no.
worms.
No. It's
I
not
don't think
about
we
just
need to
listening
listen
all
to-
day. I don't think we as the public should be. But like if a cop, let's say a cop get into an incident where he shoots somebody, right? And the situation looks shady. I feel like there should be the prosecutor should be able to go back and look up their body cam for all day and listen to what they said all day. Because it might be some context in there.
Right now, they already listen to our conversations. They already
Right.
listening.
Yeah, Chad, listen right now.
Say Chad, listen right now, John.
And just so you know they do that. That's they interview people. So if you're having a conversation with somebody else, then they interview the people, and those people come out and speak. So as opposed to some talking on the phone.
But like I said, man, that's why the police union won't allow, because if you do that, then you can easily say the same about firefighters. We never think about firefighters, being racist, but they hold people, lives in their hands too.
But have you ever seen where a firefighter like killed somebody? I mean, they might have not saved somebody, and ain't nobody hoping that.
And that would be equivalent to killing them. I mean, I don't know. It's a fire.
You know
They
what?
just easily
Telling you
say
right.
I couldn't get to
At that
them.
point,
I don't know.
put body cams on the firefighters, put body cams on the paramedics. Like you a public servant. Your job is public well-being. So I feel like you should have a body cam on. You handed out
with that being
tickets
said-
downtown, put a body cam on it.
So Ali said what should happen is as soon as police get out the car, then the voice and the video gets automatically live streamed. I agree with that. I agree.
Live stream.
Live stream, yeah. Everybody see what's going on. I agree to that. Let everybody know what's up.
I wouldn't necessarily say live stream, but I think you should have like the internal revenue people, the internal affairs, or like your chief captain, whoever it is that's your superior. They should be able to get a notification that say, hey, this person just got out of their car, and their chief officer or their people at the thing should be able to watch this entire stop on their computer as it goes down. At least that person.
Who's to say they don't? Who's to say they don't already do this?
Yeah, they got.
This goes back.
They got dash cams. They got dash cams, and
Yeah,
that's
who's
still
that?
zone.
Who's to say they don't already do this? And like I said earlier, we don't know what their protocol is. This is just us speculating on what they're not doing. Who's to say they're not already doing it?
But to be
They might.
honest,
Who knows?
some of the footage, when they release the footage and we see it, you like, it took you a week to review this? That's pretty cut and dry. You know, like, why it take so long? That's what I get nervous about, because I be thinking they're trying to doctor the film. Like, why would it take you so long to review this if it's straightforward?
I feel you, Ali. People need to police the police. Well, that was that said. I think we got one more question, don't we, Jody?
Yeah, we got one more. We got a good one.
Let's
All
hit
right,
that. Let's hit that one.
Let's hit that last question. Okay, so do you believe that police officers are doing more to protect and serve their communities, or do you think they're doing do you think what they're doing is just generating revenue? So are police protect and serve, or are they generating revenue?
I want to hear Coach J.
Yeah, I'm about to say that.
I want to hear Coach J, to be honest with you. Go ahead, Coach.
Well, it's quite obvious they protecting and serving. There's no doubt. You know, that's why we have a lot of the structure that we have. You know, be it as it may, it's not the greatest, but the structure that we do have is working. Everybody, you know, we have a lot of criminals that get arrested and, you know, stuff like that. I don't think they're, you know, generating revenue. It's just something that goes along with it. But, you know, just imagine if we don't have the police out here, you know, these people be going crazy. They'd be doing whatever they want. Taking cars, stealing stuff, breaking their house.
Wilding out in Florida.
Wilding out with all the Wild Out guys. That's the new group, the Wild Out guys in Florida. Gotta watch out for them Wild Out boys.
I agree with Dante. I think it's both.
Yeah, of course. If you speeding and you got to go to court and you got to pay a fine, you got to pay.
They go your revenue.
Generate some
When you go to
revenue
court, you gotta pay a court fee.
You got to pay. You got to pay for. Man, I one time I got a printout of the ticket. I went in and paid my ticket, and I got a printout, and $3 went to some type of spinal research. $3 went to the police union. $4 went to this. It was about 15 different things that all that ticket money went to. I was like, dang, I didn't know I offended that many people from speeding.
Yeah, they do. I noticed that on one ticket I went downtown to pay too. It's just like they got all these places where it goes, but you do have these cops that are like, oh, we got to meet quota. We got to pull enough people over. You know, oh well, you know what? Don't give this person a ticket. You know, just send them to court. And then when you go to court, you end up getting a ticket and paying the court fee. It's kind of like, damn, but you could have saved me $275 and just gave me a ticket instead of sending me to court.
It's the criminals and people that break the law that generate the money. If you don't do nothing wrong, then you ain't got to pay.
Oh, what about red light cameras? When you turn right on the red light on the empty ass road, who did
Go to
you
court
offend?
and
You got $60.
Go to court.
They get charged.
You ain't do it.
Hey, he keeps saying go to court, but that's the revenue they get. So you still
That's the revenue, coach. They charging you a court fee.
They drop that. They'll drop all that stuff.
Yeah, I'm about to say, if they drop the charges, you don't pay anything.
You don't pay nothing. They drop it.
What
But
happens
if
if
you
they don't
if they
drop
drop
the charges?
If they
You
drop
gotta
it, you
pay
don't have
that
to pay.
ticket.
You don't have to pay court fees or nothing like that.
Nah,
If they
no.
drop it?
You don't have to
If
pay
they
none of
drop
that.
it, then you got to pay the court fee. But if they don't drop it, now you got to pay a court fee and a ticket.
Because you was wrong. And you wasted their time.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Just like you wasted my time with that stupid ass question.
Money. Hey, real, yeah, that's how they make money. Yeah, they ain't no state tax, so they gonna get you some other way. They gonna government gonna get their money. Let's just say that government and cities are gonna get as much as they say they broke. They gonna get their money.
Yeah.
But you don't think it's generating revenue when the cop sitting in the medium behind the curve, but they lights off waiting for somebody to speed past? You protecting people, or you just generating revenue?
No, they wasting money when they just sitting there.
Nah, they flooding that clock. That's what they doing.
Yeah.
Hey,
See,
every time I see a
wasting money.
cop just sitting, they ain't doing nothing but flooding that clock, waiting for time to go by. That's all they do. They ain't doing their job.
They do it on the interstate all the time. They sit off in these cuts behind these bushes, clocking. And it's so weird. It's just like, so y'all ain't got nothing better else to do but sit here and catch somebody doing 84 in the fast lane. You know what I'm saying?
Jody come through like the Dukes of Hazzard. They Roscoe Pico train your butt.
Dukes of Hazzard.
What? Get him. What was that?
I think it has a lot. It has a lot to do with both. It has a lot to do with both. They generate revenue, and you also got those cops that's out there still trying to protect and serve. Ladies and gentlemen, all cops aren't bad. All cops are not bad. We have to understand that all cops aren't bad. You can't just because you have one bad apple, that don't mean the rest of the bunch is not eatable. So all cops ain't bad. Let's not throw that out there.
But all them Florida Wild Out boys is bad.
Man, y'all gonna leave Jody. They gonna leave our state alone.
That's why I said that. It's just like, bro, you come from another state and then you try to sit there and label us as this. And then, like, the crazy part about it is half the people that do crazy shit in Florida don't be from Florida. You come down here, get crazy.
But you the one labeled them, Jody. You the one gave him the label. You said we wild over here.
Hey, so what's the answer to this question?
Pop quiz.
Pop quiz.
Cop pull you over and ask,
Cop
do
pull
you know
over,
why I
do you
pulled
know
you
why I
over? What's the answer?
I don't know why you pulled me over.
No.
That ain't my job. Why you pulled me over? You know why I pulled you over?
No, I don't. I ain't no psychic. I have a good idea, but I ain't no psychic. I don't know what
And I am not finna incriminate myself.
That's the lesson of the day.
Don't incriminate yourself.
That's the lesson of the day. I do not know. Did I do something wrong? I don't get it.
I didn't pull you over. You pulled me over. Boy.
I ain't pull you over. You pulled me over. Matter of fact, now that you pulled me over, I'm finna pull you over. I'm making a citizen's arrest.
Now, why did I pull you over? You gonna give me the same answer? I don't know why you pulled me over exactly. So why you ask me that stupid question?
Tell her, Ace, be like, can you ask me how much my ticket should be too?
Now you asking for a ticket and you say that, because you asking for the ticket. Just plain don't say give me a ticket so we can go and get out by our business. Have y'all ever been in that situation when y'all know y'all did something wrong, y'all just don't want to deal with the cops, and y'all be like, just give me the ticket so I can ride out? Have y'all been in that situation?
No, because sometimes they'll just give you a warning.
I mean, I've never been in a situation either. I'm just saying, I've seen it on TV, so I want to see if y'all been through it. Just give me a ticket. So
I ran like 4 stop signs in my apartment complex, and he pulled me over. It was like, you know why I pulled you over? I'm gonna be honest with you, because I ran them stop signs. He was like, is there any reason why you ran them stop signs? I was like, bro, because I ain't see you. I thought you were just a regular Chevy Tahoe. I didn't know you was a cop, because I knew you were a cop. I'll be honest with you. I ain't see you. I thought you was somebody else, bro. I'm be real with you. And he laughed. He was like, I tell you what, just stop for me at the stop signs. And he let me go, but I was being real with you. Like, I thought you was somebody else. You know,
and you know what, Jody? That's what you have to do. Just make a cop laugh, be real with them, and they 9 times out of 10 they give you a warning, dog.
Oh, I love when I get pulled over by the lady cop.
Honestly, they don't want to do the paperwork.
Exactly.
They don't want to do it.
Especially for like a stop sign or they don't want to do all that paperwork stuff, man.
I'm so proud of y'all. I'm so proud of y'all going against the narrative. Y'all didn't even know that. Y'all just went against the whole societal narrative and didn't see how easy that just flowed off your mouth. 9 times out of 10, they just gonna give you a warning.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, they don't want to write a ticket. Look at that. Look at that.
We
Yeah,
learned
you
it,
see
Coach.
that
A.
word?
It's a process. It's a process. It ain't gonna
We'll
happen
be back to
overnight.
normal next week.
Yeah, we'll be back. Yeah, you'll be lecturing us next week. So don't think it's just gonna be what you think. It'll be different next week.
It's because you just had a baby. We taking it easy on you, Coach.
Yeah, we taking it easy. You just had a baby. We know
because we know you probably ain't getting a lot of sleep. But next week we trying to slap the hell up.
God's favorite child.
God's favorite child.
That's right.
All right, let's see what else in these comments before we bust up out of here. Let's see. There's no why. Don't incriminate yourself. Yeah, we ain't incriminating ourselves around here. We ain't doing that. We're gonna follow what Nick said. We're not doing that.
I mean, we all should have type of experience. Hey, you grew up in a household where your mama be like, so what was you doing? Oh, no, I wasn't doing nothing. I'm gonna tell you what I'm doing.
But saying that to your parents, you have an inkling that they might already know what you did.
Right.
You still don't incriminate yourself.
How many times have y'all asked y'all kids that and y'all already knew the answer? Just
every
time.
I already know what you're doing.
Ask man, so what's going on in there? And I done already heard the conversation and everything. I just want to see what they're gonna say.
Hey, listen, I do it to Xavier all the time. He be in there swinging off his bunk bed like a little monkey. Xavier, what you doing? Nothing. You know what I'm saying? I know what you're doing. I just want to hear your response.
You know they're gonna say that. You set them up for the okie doke.
Right. You already know they're finna say that. I just want to hear. I just kind of want to get a laugh out of it, to be honest with you. Unless it's something serious and I gotta not laugh, but I just kind of want to get a laugh out of it.
Not laugh. Oh man,
it's kind of hard not to laugh.
I gotta do this private thing now.
It's so hard.
It'd be hard not to laugh.
I'd be
so funny.
It'd be funny. I'd be so serious, but it'd be so funny.
Ain't no laughing around here.
I remember the first time. My nephew said, "Oh shit!" for the first time because he dropped something and his mom was mad, and I was just like, and you sitting there trying not to laugh. I said, well, he used it in the right context, so I'm kind of proud of him for not misusing the "oh shit." So
Jesus.
Horrible parent, but it was funny.
I know who ain't babysitting for me, that's for sure.
Right, exactly.
Hey, Coach, you better make sure anytime you see Jody, make sure your child speak to Jody because Jody don't play that.
He gonna have headphones on.
Jody don't play
Whenever
that.
I bring him around to visit with Jody, he gonna have headphones in. Everything.
Now I'll take them headphones up. I need young King to speak to a brother. Then you can put them back on.
Man, that's it today, man. We appreciate it, man. Anybody got any final words on?
Hold on. My brother said he got pulled. My brother said the reason why he got pulled over for eating Cheetos because the cop thought he was texting and driving, and so when the cop seen he was texting and driving, he was like, "Well, you eating Cheetos?" And he put on the ticket, pulled over for eating Cheetos, and gave him.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Wow.
He fought.
Did he show up to court? Did he go to court to fight the ticket?
Oh, he just paid the ticket. I wouldn't have paid
his job paid the ticket.
He should have put.
All you gotta do is come to court. The cop ain't gonna show up.
Yeah,
they would have dropped it. They would have dropped it.
He should have put all the Cheeto crumbs on that ticket. That'd have been his evidence. When he went
right. They show up. The bailiff hand adjust the ticket, and he'd be like, "Is this Cheetos on his mouth?"
No, Ali, we wasn't mad that you said that because we agree sometimes, but it's all police ain't bad. Like I said earlier. All police ain't bad.
Jody, listen, Ali, that's the same reason why Jody got NWA. He had NWA on his name, man. We already know. See, White, that's the only reason when you have a cop conversation and you got NWA that will be up there.
Man, listen.
You know that's my
final thoughts, people. Final thoughts. Let's start with Coach A. Final thoughts, bro.
Well, obviously, all cops are not good cops and all good cops are not bad cops. So you just have to really, it's up to each individual. You can only control yourself. You be respectable, do what you can, and you'll be safe and teach your family and your kids to do the same thing, man. That's Absolutely. It. No long lecture needed.
Hey, no long lecture. Jody, what's up?
Well, all the information you asking for is on my license. my registration or my proof of insurance. So don't ask me nothing else because I'm gonna get the same answer.
Nick,
right.
what's good? What's good, Nick?
Don't incriminate yourself. Just do what these people ask you to do. They ask you for your license registration and you give it to them. If they ask you if this your car before asking for license registration, you just say yes. Just keep it short and cordial and get your ticket and move on.
Well, what I got to say is, like I agree with Nick said, just and what Coach A say, just don't incriminate yourself. Cooperate. 9 times out of 10, the cop won't let
Dante,
you go.
why you say no?
See, Dante
on that one.
Dante want to argue with Jody. That's what Dante want to do. But no, just it's cooperate, man. Just if they ask you a question, yeah. At the same time, yes, Dante, protect your rights. You are right, protect your rights. But sometimes all that extra stuff, all the extra energy into conversation, it's not needed. It's not even needed. If they say, you know why I pulled you over, no, leave it at that. Then they'll keep going.
If they ask you, is this your car? Yes.
Yes. and you're answering the question. You're being cordial. You're answering the questions. What else can they do to you? They can't. You can make them feel stupid.
They're gonna escalate the situation. Just like if you ask me, you got drugs? I say no. Why? You know where we can get some?
Now you're being extra.
Don't act like I told y'all. Y'all act like y'all Jody. He gonna have y'all like that.
Oh my! Hey, Dante say I don't answer questions. I know you don't, Dante. Uncle Punch, close it out for us, man.
Man, in any situation, man, dealing with the police, always ask yourself, do I want to be right or do I want to go home? That's as simple as that.
Simple as that.
Because if you want to be right, like Code said, gonna wind up like or in a casket somewhere.
and that's the reason why we having this conversation.
And if you want to go home, cool, because you made it home and you can take care of the being right part later. That's it. That's all. Everybody try to make it home. Shit.
That's it.
You want to go to jail or you want to go
to jail or you want to
go home?
With all that being said, y'all go ahead, throw a thumbs up or a heart or a laughing emoji on there. It don't take but a second.
For real, y'all like, share, subscribe, man. Y'all keep showing us so much love. We appreciate y'all. So
help
much,
our algorithm. How you say it?
Algorithm.
Y'all help our algorithm. Put some hearts and some likes. I think it's more hearts, ain't it? I don't know. I thought I heard somebody say it's more hearts. But put some hearts on there. Appreciate you, real. Put some hearts on there, and y'all keep messing with us on Saturdays, man. But with that being said, this is Family Talk, man. This is the CEO, your boy B.
Okay.
Mr. NWA.
Got Nick.
And America's favorite Uncle Pudge, Mr. Who Loves You, Baby.
We out.
We out
here, y'all.
Remember the best.
Wasn't worried about me last year when the cashier sent me to my car when I came short. Now I got the game torn. They either hate it or love it. Slim chances on advances. I just balanced the budget. Fuck it. Free my niggas on my Harriet Tubman. They said I'd never be the greatest. That's a scary assumption. But now I'm buzzing like the last shot. Got these lame tired old niggas about to pass out. Pass it while I'm still high.